Hello everyone, welcome to Tasty Marination. Today I'm going to share with you a recipe of eggless black forest cake. This cake is very easy to make. You can make this cake on birthdays and anniversaries. So let's get started. Here I have taken 1 teaspoon of coffee powder. Add a tablespoon of hot water to the coffee. This makes it easy to dissolve. This coffee is entirely optional, but it truly enhances the taste. Let's prepare the batter for our cake. So in the mixing bowl, add 2 tablespoons of curd, 1/4 cup of oil, coffee, water, now I'm gonna add 3/4 cup of sugar. You can adjust sugar according to your taste. Now mix everything together. Now we'll sift all the dry ingredients. So in a sieve, add 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Now sieve everything together. Now I'll add half a cup of milk to this batter. Give it a good mix. Now mix until everything is well incorporated and make sure there are no lumps in the batter. Now I'll add some more milk to the batter. Now I'll add half a teaspoon of vanilla essence and a teaspoon of vinegar to the batter. Give everything a good mix. The consistency of the batter should be like this. There are no lumps in the batter. I have added 3/4 cup of milk in the batter. Now our batter is ready. Here I have lined a baking tin with parchment paper and with some oil. Now we'll pour the batter into the cake tin. Now we'll bake it in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 25 to 30 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. I have taken the cake out from the oven. I have baked it for around 38 minutes and it's baked perfectly. The color has also come out so good. Now we'll let it cool down completely. Now I'm going to cover the cake with a cotton cloth. By doing this, our cake does not dry. It's been 15 to 20 minutes. Let's demold our cake. Now let's remove the butter paper from the sides. Yeah, it has come out really good. It's perfectly baked and looking so yummy. Here I have made a simple sugar syrup by mixing 1/4 cup of sugar and half a cup of water. Now we will prepare a quick ganache for our cake. So here I have taken 50 grams of grated dark chocolate, To this I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of hot milk and keep it aside for 10 minutes. Our chocolate has melted completely, so our ganache is ready. Now we'll fill this in a piping bag. The Black Forest cake is decorated with some chocolate shavings. For the chocolate shavings, you can use any good quality chocolate. Keep the chocolate out of the fridge until it is easy to handle. Using a grater or knife, just make some shavings like this. You can make this ahead and refrigerate. So our chocolate shavings are ready. Now we'll keep it in the refrigerator till in use. Now I'm gonna whip the whipping cream. So take 1 cup of whipping cream in a bowl. Our whipping cream is already sweetened, so I'm not adding any additional sugar in it. Our whipping cream has got stiff peaks now, so it's ready. Now I am going to transfer the whipped cream into a piping bag fitted with a star tip. Now I am going to keep this piping bag in the refrigerator till in use. Now I will cut out the dome shape on the top to give it a smooth and even texture. Cut it like this. Now I will divide it into 2 layers. Now I am going to cut it with the help of a cake leveler. You can use a knife, sharp knife as well. Wow, it's perfectly baked. Look at the fluffy and spongy texture of the cake. Apply some whipped cream to a cake board so that the cake stays in its place. Now place the first layer of the cake on top of it. Now we'll place some butter paper on the sides of the cake like this. Cover all the 4 sides with the butter paper. Now we'll moisten the cake with some sugar syrup with the help of a silicone brush. Next we'll apply a generous amount of whipping cream on the cake. Spread it evenly. Now I'm gonna drizzle some strawberry crush on top of it. If you have canned cherries, you can use that too, but today I am making it with some strawberry crush. Next I am going to place the second layer of the cake. Again we will soak it with the sugar syrup. Now we'll cover the entire cake with the whipping cream. Now cover the sides with the cream. Our crumb coating is done, so now I am gonna refrigerate it for 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes. I have taken the cake out of the refrigerator. So now again we'll give a light coating of cream. Now we will make some drippings on the sides with the ganache. Like this. Now we'll pipe some rosettes. Now we'll remove the butter paper from the sides. Now we'll pipe some design at the bottom. Now I'm gonna sprinkle some prepared shavings in the center, chocolate shavings. Now I'm gonna place cherries on top of it. Now I'm gonna keep this Black Forest cake in the refrigerator for 2 hours to set. The cake is looking stunning. Now I am gonna cut a slice and show you how it looks. Wow, it looks so stunning. Do give it a try. It turns out exactly what you get in the market. Make this cake on special occasions and impress your loved ones. After watching the video, if you like my recipe, do hit the like button and press the bell icon to get the notification of my new recipes, and do not forget to subscribe to Tasty Marination for more such interesting recipes. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, welcome to Tasty Marination. Today I am gonna share with you a recipe of no yeast butter paneer pizza. This is an Indian version of an Italian pizza, so let's get started. We will first prepare the dough for our pizza. So in a big mixing bowl, take 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and salt to taste. Next, we'll add 2.5 tablespoons of curd and 1 teaspoon of oil in it. Now, give everything a good mix. Now we will knead it into a smooth dough using water. Now a nice and smooth dough is ready. Now we'll apply some oil on the bowl and on the dough as well. And cover it and let it rest for around 25 to 30 minutes. Now we will prepare our makhani sauce. So take a pan, heat 1 tablespoon of oil. Our oil has become nice and hot. Now I am going to add 1 small sized roughly chopped onion to this. 2 medium-sized roughly chopped tomatoes, 3 cloves of garlic roughly chopped, and 5 pieces of chopped cashew nuts. Next we'll add some salt to taste. Again give it a good stir. Saute it for a few minutes until the vegetables become nice and soft. Now our vegetables are done, so I'm going to turn off the heat and let it cool down completely. Next I'm going to transfer my cool vegetables into a grinder jar. Now we'll grind it into a smooth puree. After grinding, our vegetable puree has become very creamy and smooth. In the same pan, I have added 1 tablespoon of butter. Let it melt completely. Now the butter has melted completely. So I'm going to add makhani gravy to this butter. Give it a good stir. Next I'm going to add half a teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala, salt to taste, 1 teaspoon of powdered sugar, and kasuri methi. Give everything a good stir. Now I'm going to add some water to the gravy. Give everything a good stir. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of fresh cream or malai in it. Give it a good stir. Our makhani gravy is now ready, so I'm going to turn off the heat and let it cool down completely. Next we will season our cottage cheese cubes. Here I have taken 100 grams of cottage cheese or paneer cut into cubes. Now to this I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala, salt to taste, 1/4 teaspoon of sugar powder, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper powder. Next I will add 1/4 teaspoon of kasuri methi or fenugreek leaves and 1/4 teaspoon of oregano and 1 teaspoon of oil. Now gently give everything a good mix. Our cottage cheese pieces are nicely coated with the spices, so I'm gonna keep it aside for now. It's been 30 minutes. Let's check our dough. Yeah, it has become nice and soft. Now we'll give it a small knead and then roll out the dough. First we will dust some dry flour on the work surface and then place the dough ball and start rolling it. We will dust some dry flour on the dough ball as well. Now we will roll it into a large roti. I have rolled out the pizza dough into a thick chapati and the thickness should be like this. Now I am gonna grease a baking tray with some butter. I have transferred the rolled out pizza onto a baking tray. Now make indents on the sides like this Since we are making no yeast pizza, so we don't need to prick it. Now I'm gonna apply some butter on the pizza base. Apply it evenly all over. This will prevent our pizza from getting soggy. Next I'm gonna sprinkle some oregano. Now I'm gonna spread the prepared paneer makhani gravy on top of it. And spread it evenly. Now I am going to grate some mozzarella cheese. Now I am going to grate some processed cheese as well. This is optional. If you want, you can add it, otherwise you can skip this. Next I am going to place the cottage cheese pieces on top of it. Just arrange them. Next I am going to arrange some capsicum slices and some onion slices. Now I am going to sprinkle some red chili flakes on top of it and some oregano. Since this is an Indian paneer makhani pizza, so no Indian dish is complete without coriander leaves. So I'm gonna finish it off with some coriander leaves. Now I'm gonna bake it in a preheated convection oven at 200 degrees Celsius for around 15 to 20 minutes. You can always check your pizza in between. Or you can bake it in a preheated kadai on medium heat for 15 to 20 minutes. Do not over bake it, otherwise it will become hard. I have taken my pizza out of the oven. It's perfectly baked and it's looking so tempting. Now I'm gonna sprinkle some oregano and chili flakes on top of it. Now I'm gonna cut it and show you how it looks. It looks so mouth-watering. After watching the recipe, if you like my video, do hit the like button and press the bell icon to get the notification of my new recipes, and do not forget to subscribe to Tasty Marination for more such interesting recipes. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, welcome to Tasty Marination. Today I am going to share with you a recipe of Domino's style no yeast paneer zingi parcel. These parcels are spicy, tangy and sinful to indulge in. So let's get started. First we will prepare the dough. So in a bowl, take 1 cup of all-purpose flour. To this add 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda, 3 tablespoons of curd, and 1 teaspoon of oil. Now to this add salt to taste. Now give everything a good mix. Now we will knead it into a smooth dough using water. Now a nice and smooth dough is ready. Now we'll apply some oil on the bowl and on the dough as well. and cover it and let it rest for around 25 to 30 minutes. Let's prepare the stuffing. In a pan, heat 1 tablespoon of oil. When the oil is hot, add 1 finely chopped onion, give it a good stir. Next, add 1 finely chopped capsicum. Saute it for a minute or so. Now we'll add puree of 1 tomato. Give everything a good mix. Next we'll add 150 grams of chopped cottage cheese or paneer. I have cut them into small cubes. Give it a good mix. Now we'll season it. So add half a teaspoon of oregano, and half a teaspoon of red chili flakes, salt to taste, and some red chili powder. Give everything a good mix. Now I'll add 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to crush it in the garlic crusher. Mix it well. Now we'll add 2 tablespoons of tomato ketchup and half a teaspoon of powdered sugar. This is optional, but it truly enhances the taste. Now give everything a good mix. Our stuffing is now ready, so I'm going to turn off the heat and let it cool down completely. It's been 30 minutes. Let's check our dough. Yeah, it has become nice and soft. Now we'll give it a small knead and then roll out the dough. Now we'll divide it into equal parts. Now we'll make a round ball. Dust some dry flour on the dough ball. Now we'll start rolling it into a chapati. Our chapati is now ready, so I'm going to spread some garlic butter on the chapati. Spread it evenly all over. Now I'm going to sprinkle some oregano. Now we'll fold it into triangles like this. So the triangle is now ready. Again, apply some garlic butter in the center. Now spoon in a generous helping of stuffing right in the center like this. Sprinkle some grated cheese on top of it. Now bring the 3 corners to center like this. Pinch them well to close it together and seal them properly. Ensure the corners close well. Now we'll apply some garlic butter. And sprinkle some oregano on top of it. Our zingy parcel is now ready. Same way we will prepare all of them. Now I am gonna grease a baking tray with some butter. Now place them onto a greased baking tray. Let's prepare the another one. Yeah. Our zingy parcels are ready to be baked. Now I am gonna bake them in a preheated oven on 200 degrees Celsius for around 15 to 20 minutes, and you can always check them in between. I have taken my zingy parcels out of the oven and they are perfectly baked. I have baked them for 20 minutes. Now I am gonna apply some garlic butter on the parcels. Now I am going to sprinkle some grated cheese on top of them. Now I am going to cover them with a kitchen towel for 5 minutes so that they will remain soft. It's been 5 minutes, so we'll remove the kitchen towel. Now let's plate them. Now I'm going to sprinkle some oregano. Now I'll cut one and show you how it looks. Wow, it looks so yummy and tempting. Now our zingy parcels are ready to serve. I have served them with tomato ketchup. These zingy parcels are one of the main attractions from Domino's menu. You can make these for snacking, lunch boxes, or even for parties. I suggest you to apply little water on the edges, as the edges may open while the parcels are baking. With basic ingredients available in your pantry, you can make this flavorful paneer filling. Make at home delicious and easy paneer zingy parcels just like your favorite Domino's zingy parcels. Here I have used my own easy version of paneer zingy parcels that I make many times. After watching the video, if you like my recipe, do hit the like button and press the bell icon to get the notification of my new recipes, and do not forget to subscribe to Tasty Marination for more such interesting recipes. Thanks for watching. I have served them with tomato ketchup. Hello everyone, welcome to Tasty Marination. Today I'm going to share with you a recipe of crispiest, crunchiest stuffed tandoori mushroom tikka. It is prepared with button mushrooms, curd and some Indian spices and then grilled. It is extremely delicious recipe and can be served as a starter, snack or appetizer with mint yogurt chutney. So let's see what you need for this. 200 grams of button mushrooms, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, half a teaspoon of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of kasuri methi or fenugreek leaves, 1 teaspoon of pav bhaji masala, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of chaat masala, salt to taste, 2 tablespoons of finely chopped capsicum, 2 tablespoons of finely chopped onions, 1 teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste and 1 teaspoon of finely chopped green chilies, half cup of hung curd, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice and 1 cube of cheese, 1.5 tablespoons of roasted gram flour, half a cup of breadcrumbs, half a cup of crushed cornflakes, 2 to 3 tablespoons of poha powder, or you can use rice powder as well, and some oil. First you have to wash the mushrooms thoroughly. I have already washed them dry. Now we will prepare them for stuffing. First you have to remove the stalk like so, and then chop it finely. And same way prepare all of them. Now our mushrooms are ready. First I am gonna prepare the marinade. So in a big mixing bowl, add hung curd, ginger garlic paste, green chili, garam masala powder, red chili powder, chaat masala, turmeric powder, pav bhaji masala, coriander powder, kasuri methi, and some roasted gram flour. Now I am gonna add some salt to taste and mix everything well. Now I'll add some lemon juice to it. And give it a good mix. So our marination is ready. Now I'll add my mushrooms to it. Mix them well with the marination. Cover it and let it marinate for 20 to 25 minutes. Heat up a teaspoon of oil in a pan. Into this I am gonna add finely chopped onions, capsicum, and saute it for a minute. Now I am gonna add finely chopped mushroom stems to it. Give it a good stir. Now add salt to taste. Finely chopped green chilies. Mix everything well. Now I'll add 1 tablespoon of the prepared marination to it. A quick mix. Now our mixture is nicely done, so turn off the heat. Now I'll add 1 tablespoon of breadcrumbs to it. Finely chopped coriander leaves and some grated processed cheese. Give everything a good mix and let it cool down completely. It's been 20 minutes. Our mushrooms are nicely marinated. Now take them out onto a plate. Now I have taken them out in a plate. After cooling the stuffing, let's fill the mushroom caps with the stuffing. Now I'm gonna take a small portion of stuffing and fill it in the mushroom like so. Press it gently and same way prepare all of them. Meanwhile, we will prepare a mixture for coating. In a plate, take breadcrumbs, cornflakes powder, poha powder, red chili powder, pav bhaji masala, and salt to taste. Mix everything well. So our mixture is ready. Next I am gonna coat it with the breadcrumb mixture. Like so. And same way prepare all of them. Now our breadcrumbs coated stuffed mushrooms are ready to shallow fry. Heat up 2 tablespoons of oil in a pan. Into this, add the stuffed mushrooms and place it upside down. And let them cook for 1 minute. Now I'm gonna flip them over. Cover the pan and let them cook for 5 to 7 minutes on low heat. It's been 7 minutes. Let's check our mushrooms. They are nicely done, so turn off the heat and take them out onto a kitchen towel. Now our crispiest and crunchiest stuffed mushroom tikka is ready to serve. I have served it with tomato ketchup. It goes really well with mint and curd chutney as well. After watching the recipe, if you like my video, do hit the like button and press the bell icon to get the notification of my new recipes, and leave your suggestions and comments in the comment section below. And do not forget to subscribe to Tasty Marination for more such interesting recipes. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Tasty Marination. Today I am going to show you how to make Szechuan veg rose momos. Veg momos is a delicacy of Northeast India, Tibet and Nepal. This is loaded with the goodness of vegetables. Kids love to have it anytime. This is the best way to make them eat vegetables. Very easy to make and it tastes really delicious. So let us see what all ingredients are required to make Szechuan veg rose momos. 1 finely chopped onion, 1 cup of finely chopped cabbage, 1 grated carrot, 2 teaspoons of garlic and 1 teaspoon of green chili, 1 cup of refined flour, half a teaspoon of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of Szechuan sauce, salt and pepper to taste, 2 tablespoons of oil and water. First, I am going to make the dough for covering. In a big mixing bowl, add refined flour, salt to taste, and oil. Mix it well. Now add water to knead it into a medium stiff dough. Add little water at a time. Now our dough is ready. Apply some oil. Cover it and let it rest for around 20 minutes. While our dough is resting, let's prepare the stuffing for the momos. Heat a pan, add 1 tablespoon oil. Once the oil is hot enough, add garlic and green chilies. Fry it for a few seconds. Now I am going to add the chopped onions. Saute it for a minute. Now to this I am gonna add cabbage, and carrots, grated carrot. Give everything a good mix. Cook it for 2 minutes. Now, as you can see, all the water has evaporated from the vegetables. It's time to add the spices. Salt to taste. Pepper powder. Szechuan sauce. And soya sauce. Mix it well. Now our stuffing is ready. I am gonna take it off the flame. It's been 20 minutes. After resting the dough for 20 minutes, give it a small knead. And divide it into equal parts. Roll it and make a ball. Flatten a bit. Take one dough ball, keep the remaining balls covered, dust a little flour, roll it into a large thin circle. It should be 7 inch in diameter. Here I am using 2 balls to cut out the circle of different sizes. Place it here. Now remove the extra part. So our 2 circles are ready. Now take a medium circle and place it in the center of the big circle like this. Our stuffing is cooled completely. Add about a tablespoon of stuffing along the center line of the circle. Now pick this up and fold it over like so. Press it down lightly. To secure all the stuffing. Now roll it like so. And apply some water to seal it. Spread out the petals to give it a natural look. So our rose momos is ready. Let's do the another one. Dust some flour. Take the medium part and place it here in the center of the big one. Add stuffing. Now fold it. Press it. Press it evenly. And now roll it. Apply some water. and seal it. Now again spread out the petals. So our rose momo is ready. Likewise prepare all of them. Now our momos are ready for steaming. Grease a plate. Place the momos over it. Here I have boiled 2 cups of water. Place the plate. Cover it and let it cook for around 15 to 20 minutes. It's been 15 minutes. Let's check our momos. They are nicely done. So I'm gonna take it off the heat. Now our Szechuan rose momos are ready. I have served them on a bed of a cabbage leaf and carrots and some Szechuan sauce on the side. I have made it with 2 petals, but if you want you can use 3 petals. These Szechuan rose momos are looking very pretty and yummy to eat. Do try this recipe at home and let me know how it turned out. Hope you will like this recipe. Thanks for watching, and do like, share and subscribe to Tasty Marination for more such exciting recipes. Hello everyone, welcome to Tasty Marination. Today I am going to show you how to make Tiranga Pulao with natural colors. Our Indian flag has 3 segments of saffron, white and green color along with Ashok Chakra in between. Easy and quick tri-colored pulao which represents with 3 colors of Indian flag. Pulao is a traditional Indian rice dish served on both regular and special occasions. If preparing it for a national holiday like Independence Day on 15th August, this orange, white, green version will make a big splash and absolutely wow your guests. You would certainly enjoy the amazing taste of each tricolor recipe with its individual taste. So let's see what all ingredients are required to make Tiranga Pulao. 1 cup of finely chopped onions, 1/3 cup of boiled peas, 1/3 cup of parboiled carrots, 1/4 cup of cottage cheese, half a cup of boiled potatoes, 1/4 cup of finely chopped capsicum, 1 cup of tomato puree, 1/4 cup of mint and coriander chutney. To learn how to make green coriander chutney, you can see my videos available on my YouTube channel Tasty Marination. 1 teaspoon of finely chopped garlic, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of fenugreek leaves or kasuri methi, salt to taste, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera, 2 tablespoons of oil, and a big bowl of rice, boiled rice. I have boiled it with the salt in it. In this recipe you can use any vegetable of your choice. You can use French beans, cauliflower, whatever you have handy. First I am going to prepare the vegetables for pulao. So heat oil in a pan. To this I am gonna add finely chopped onions, saute it for a minute. Cook till the raw smell of onion is gone. As you can see, onions have become soft. Now I am going to add tomato puree. and cook it until it leaves the sides of the pan. Now our masala is ready. Into this I am gonna add finely chopped garlic, give it a good mix. Now it's time to add all the masalas. Now I am going to add red chili powder to it, turmeric powder, coriander powder, garam masala, kasuri methi, and mix everything well. Now it's nicely done. Time to add all the vegetables, carrots, potatoes, green peas, capsicum, and cottage cheese. Add salt to taste. Give everything a good mix. Now our vegetables are ready. White rice, heat oil in a pan. To this I am gonna add cumin seeds, and when they pop, add rice to it. Give it a good stir. Now our jeera rice is ready. I am going to take it off the heat and I am going to divide it into two parts. I have divided the rice into two equal parts. One part I am going to keep for my white layer, and in the remaining rice I am going to add mint and coriander chutney for green color. Now I will add this green chutney into the rice and mix it well. You can use spinach puree instead of this, but it tastes much better than the spinach puree. Mix it well. Now our green rice are ready. Arrange the different colored rice as per our national flag. So first I am going to layer green rice, Now I am going to arrange the white layer. Spread it evenly. Now for the saffron colored layer, I am going to add the mixed vegetables which we had prepared earlier. Spread it evenly. Now our Tiranga Pulao is ready to serve. I have made a Ashok Chakra in between with a roundel of cottage cheese and some carrot juliennes. As I said earlier, you would certainly enjoy the amazing taste of each tricolor recipe, chutney pulao, jeera rice and mixed veg with its individual tastes. This Tiranga Pulao is smelling divine. If you like this recipe, please give it a like and please do subscribe to Tasty Marination for more such interesting recipes.